Which flavor is that? Is that your favorite?
I think a little bit, not much.
You're bundled up. It's cold today. 47. Cold jaywalking.
What is this week?
What is this week? So
First week of December.
Yes. December 2nd.
This is when it really starts getting cold in Las Vegas.
What's the coldest month? Is it January? You would think?
Yeah, February's pretty cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You turn your heat on yet?
Yeah. I don't really mind the cold. Actually, it's kind of nice. There's no
Our
snow.
heat's still on very low.
Yeah. You know?
That gets it warm in here, so.
Yeah. But I want to go to I want Charleston, you know, when there's snow. I want to go tubing and stuff. There's snow over there. It's
Did
great.
you go?
No, I want to go.
Okay, come on.
Is Capone coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Come on.
It started.
He gets excited.
I know it does. You get to come today.
His old tail.
His knob. His hamster tail, like Scotty.
Yep.
Scotty.
Poor Scotty.
I know.
No more max muscles to hang out at.
I know. Yeah.
I can't believe you had him work the desk sometimes.
He was working the late shift. He would come from 4 to close. Do the
While
work.
you weren't there?
Yeah, he like, you know, because he gets up late.
Yeah. Come on.
So he's worse than me. Of course, the leaf blowers are in because we called them because we told them, hey, we have to shoot Jay Cutler TV today, so please show up.
Mine's coming today.
Oh, they are? Okay, yeah. So that's your fault. Jaywalking.
So when we're off camera, Dave ran over and he told these guys, "Hey, stop blowing leaves because we're filming jaywalking." And the guy says, "Oh, I watched that." I told you the guy stopped me here doing the landscape down here, and he's like, "Man, I watch your videos." And
He watches jaywalking.
Yeah, he watches jaywalking.
We should have put him on.
Everyone watches jaywalking.
Yeah, they love it.
All right, we are a week out from the USA.
Yeah.
Are we 2 weeks from the Mr. Olympia?
Yeah,
this
like
weekend?
2.5 weeks. Exactly 2.5 weeks today.
Yeah, I remember the countdown days.
Yeah, so we're leaving exactly 2 weeks from today to go to Florida, right?
Yeah,
Wednesday.
we fly on the red eye, which kind of sucks. But it was the only direct flight.
What time is the red eye?
I think it might be at 10.
That's not bad.
I think it's at 10.
I was thinking midnight. I was like, oh.
No, I think it's at 10. So
Okay.
we fly. So it'll get us there for the Thursday, and I know you have some filming and stuff. We'll be able to. I know the press conference is happening that day, and they'll meet the Olympians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be great. The tickets are now on sale. I just posted something on social media.
MrOlympia.com, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of hype. So we got to figure out when we're going to do our prediction video.
Aren't you going on
predictions? I used to hate.
Aren't you going on a competitor's website to do that?
I don't know if it's prediction, but I think it's just analysis of the top 10, which I think is kind of a prediction, right? I like that setup right here that you got in the front of the house.
Oh yeah, nice. Are you going to decorate your house?
I wonder why those stay up and this one drops.
What do you mean?
There's a frosty that's
I don't know.
on the ground. You know?
Yeah. Frosty.
Am I going to decorate my house?
Yes.
That's a big question mark. Everyone's been asking me that.
You did good for a Halloween.
Well, she wants to pay to put the lights up, so
okay.
I'm going to ask YouTube, should I pay to put the lights up? So comment below.
It'll be the Griswold's
Anyone
house.
in Las Vegas that hangs Christmas lights, let me know. Like professionally, not just some random person that come over and do it. She asked me because these guys, a couple of people have really nice lights here.
Yeah.
They do too, the end street.
Yeah. I got lights on my house.
I'm usually like, we're not putting up the Christmas tree this year. Maybe that's what I should do tonight, decorate the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
He told us we waited too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Angie's actually going to go to the gym and work out with me today.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you may see her.
What time?
Probably like 10:30.
Okay.
I have to do that thing at 12.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So,
You gonna do it from the office or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, you know, a lot of stuff happening right now. Obviously, you know, we're trying to get somewhat back to normal. A lot of calls for appearances lately.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a couple New York, a couple gyms. You know, a lot of the stores now are carrying some of the products, so
Yeah.
we'll get a lot of great feedback on that. We're through Black Friday. We had a great week with Black Friday.
Nice.
Hopefully everyone didn't spend all their money on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of awkward this year because, you know, if you think about the history of the Olympia, and I just want to say, like, you know, people always forget why the Olympia took place, and that was Joe Weider's Olympia, you know, and I have so much respect for Joe and what he kind of did for bodybuilding. And I mentioned, you know, every year, you know, we had a whole roster of athletes for, you know, your dream when you get your pro card is for Joe Weider to offer you a contract, you know, which I was actually offered a contract prior to turning pro, which was pretty cool. But you were kind of paid to get on the circuit and qualify for the Mr. Olympia. And that was kind of what your contract was based on. And if you didn't qualify, you were like, oh man, I'm gonna lose my deal, right? Because it was only a year-to-year contract. So you basically had to perform, and then you had an evaluation on what you needed to do. So what was kind of nice is, you know, you were paid to basically be a bodybuilder, you know, and of course there were some appearances in there, but back then, I remember the expos really didn't exist.
Right.
It was like they had FIBO and a couple major Arnold Classic, I think, existed, but we didn't have like Fit Expos and, you know, the expos like FitCon. And
Yeah.
they just popped up a lot more now, and there was a lot less bodybuilding shows too. So, like, we were picked to go to the Southern States or some of the bigger shows at the time. There were very few. There weren't just like a bunch of regional shows to guest appear at, guest pose. And of course you had to stay in great shape for that. They wanted you in magazine shape, meaning so, okay, we could shoot you. And that's why when I moved from Massachusetts in '99, you know, Joe was like, I need you closer to the magazines. You know, living in Massachusetts is impossible. So he had me move to, you know, California. So I literally was shooting. They would call me every month to do photo shoots.
Because you're always in shape.
Yeah, and I was shooting with like Robert Reef. We shoot, of course, with Chris Lunn every year for he wouldn't come until the Olympia usually.
Yeah.
He'd come to California and shoot the guys, you know, couple months before the Olympia, in the end of the year. But he stayed in England most of the time. And
Kevin Horton.
you know, but I shot for Muscle and Fitness and Flex. Those were two major magazines, and some of you guys remember that. I mean, we always looked forward to the magazines. Remember how much we appreciated the books. I really miss that about bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know, especially like the gossip sections, like Muscle Mag and Lonnie Teeper's News and Views.
Yeah. Hard Times on Flex.
Hard Times.
Yeah.
Who wrote that? John Little used to write it.
It changed. Greg Merritt was writing it towards the end too.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it did change a few times, but yeah, those were cool. That's the first place I would go. The gossip stuff.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if someone came up like a digital, like a real digital, like
news
kind
and
of
views.
like a news and views where, I mean, we kind of see it on various websites.
But there's not a one spot.
Yeah, not a one spot where they just
compile,
you know,
everything.
each week.
Yeah.
Or each month they set like these are the topics of the month, right?
Yeah.
I think that would do pretty good actually.
Well, Palumbo kind of does it with the morning coffee thing. You know, what's it called?
Yeah, but the problem is, you know, if one person leaks certain stuff, the story's not so great when it launches, right?
Yeah.
That's what we loved about. Like, if you had to remember, you remember anything specific in a news and views that you like stood out to you? I mean, you were in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And you were following the books then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And did you look forward to like the Venice scoop?
Of
and all
course.
that?
Steve Neese column in Muscle Mag. Are you kidding?
Yeah, man.
That was great.
I got in Steve Neese's. I'll never forget, dude. I came out for the USA's in '93, my first trip to California, Carrie and I flew out with the Boston Globe misprint, 99 bucks round trip. And we went to watch Chris Cormier win the USA. Chris Aceto was out there too because he was training Mike Francois, who I think got second. And I got to meet Ed Connors. We trained at Gold's, like 6-hour workout sessions at Gold's gym.
You were full-time then.
Dude, I would hang out at Gold's like all afternoon. Then we go to the firehouse and we go back to Gold's.
What a life.
And so Ed invited me to come back, between Thanksgiving and Christmas at the end of '93. And I remember I was in the gym every day. I would train twice a day, ride my bicycle to the gym from Ed's house on the beach. And I was like, damn, I want to get in this Steve Neese column.
I know.
So I'll never forget, he put the article together. He saw me in there, had huge legs. It was the last day I was there, the last day.
Oh, dude, really?
I was flying home the next day, and see Steve Neese, he's a big dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, what's your name, He's like, man.
You knew who he was?
Yeah, you know what he wrote in the article?
What?
He wrote, yeah, I met this young kid, 19 years old. His name is Jay Cutler from Massachusetts. He's like a bigger version of Craig Titus. And I just watched Craig Titus compete in the USA that year, and he got 4th, I think. And he was like an up and coming at the time. And I'm like, damn, like I'm on the way, man. Craig Titus, I'm like a bigger version of Craig Titus,
I wonder how Craig felt about that.
Oh, I'm sure he was pissed. But I had the crazy legs, and I was wearing the hot skins with the stripes, so the legs look even bigger, right?
Yep.
And I think I wore like 2 sweatshirts in the gym, and how everyone wore the T. Michael sweatshirts back then, right?
You must have been so excited to see that article when it came out back home, man.
I was like famous back in my hometown, because everyone read that shit.
Hell
dude.
yeah!
I really think people seriously bought Muscle Mag solely for that.
That was like 2-3 pages. That the Steve Neese column.
He'd always have he always had a lot of the same people. He liked the big muscle girls,
He did, huh?
He did a lot of features on this is so and so, and it was kind of like not competitive people. If you remember, Jeep Swanson used to be in there a lot. Yes. Jeep Swanson was in a movie. Batman?
Yeah, he was in the Batman. Yeah, he was Bane.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was Bane.
Yeah, he was big, that guy.
Huge, like fucking.
Who
mid 300
Jeep Swanson?
Like 300 over 300 pounds.
Yeah, I used to see him. I mean, dude, I saw Mike O'Hearn when he was super young then.
Yeah, Joe found him early on too, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I remember with O'Hearn, and I don't know if he watches our stuff, but he drove the typical California vehicle. He had a big Jeep with no top on it, with huge tires.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Point Break, in that movie Point Break, they drove those big trucks with.
You love that movie.
Yeah, but he had no top on the Jeep, and he used to park it in the parking lot across the street. I used to see him in there, and that guy Bingo Bing with the huge legs. Remember Bingo?
No.
He's still there. He was still training people. He's an Asian guy.
Wow.
He had massive legs.
Bigger than yours?
Yeah, he was.
Damn.
Yeah, he had mostly just smaller legs. I mean, small upper body, but yeah, he was impressive too. But a lot of people that through the years.
Oh man.
But it's kind of funny when we talk about these Gold's Venice stories, right? And
you're making me miss it now.
Well, why'd you move to LA?
Well, Gold's close.
Yeah.
It's just but sometimes.
No, why did you move there?
Oh, for Gold's, yeah.
I mean, dude,
for Gold's.
I was like,
of course.
When I would go to that place, I told you, it's people that have been there and trained there, and I'm sure the guys watching these videos, the bodybuilders that got to spend time living at Ed's and staying in California, they're probably like, I know exactly the feeling Jay's talking about. There was just so much motivation there.
Yeah.
And to have it closed now is just crazy.
I told you when I moved there, I was at the time dating a girl who was much better in bodybuilding than I was and stuff, and she was almost a pro. And we were just, she got given a free membership right away, but I was just like a nobody.
Well, she competed in the show, I think, that I...
Colette, at the time.
Yeah.
And so the guy at the front desk, at first I got to train there a couple times for free, but after a while he says, "Listen, dude, you gotta pay for membership."
Really?
I couldn't go in anymore, and somehow I met Ed, and then Ed gave me like a year's membership, and I was just young. I was like,
did you have the Patrick Swayze hair then?
yeah, I had long hair, yeah. So I wasn't big or anything. I was in okay shape, but Ed was nice enough to give me like a year membership, so the guy wouldn't give me a hard time anymore. I didn't have to sneak in. Oh, dude, those were the good days when Ed was there. It was great.
Yeah, it must have been, huh?
Yeah. So that's funny. That was '93, dude. Same year as you. Isn't that funny? We didn't know each other at the time, but I moved here. I moved in Venice and went goals for the first time in '93.
And was Max Muscle open then?
Yeah, but it was on Abbot Kinney at the time. And
Damn,
then
they had a Max Muscle on Abbot Kinney?
Yeah.
You guys
at the corner of Abbot Kinney and Venice.
Okay, so if you
Yeah,
guys...
it's a surf shop now.
If you guys know Abbot Kinney, if you look it up,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the
very
best street
very happening right now. Yeah.
in Venice, kind of right now.
Yeah.
Real estate's crazy on that street.
And it's funny because Joe actually, Joe Wells, who won Max Muscle, actually had opened the store originally. Had the store at the bottom, and you could go at the top and actually had a little apartment. Yeah, that was Greg Reed at the time. It was running it, and then they moved it to Hampton and Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Gary's place, which used to be a Crazy Wear shop.
Gary's was next door?
Yeah. No, Gary was Max Muscle.
Oh, he was?
Yep, Crazy Wear shop.
And then he grew out of it, right?
Yeah, he sold it, or he got out of
No,
it.
I remember he moved to Glencoe or something.
Yeah, he got out of the store, and then Max Muscle took it over, right next to Fresh to Go, and we were there for years.
But listen, to go back to the shoots a little bit, because I know people like to talk about that.
Yeah.
The old times, man. When I moved to Cali, I moved to Orange County, so I was probably like, what, is that 45 minutes from Venice?
Oh, longer, at least an hour.
All right, so I had a friend there, Mike Camero, who we shot.
Yeah. He's doing USA.
He's like, dude, you don't want to live in Venice. You don't want to live in Venice.
Yeah.
He's like, come down to OC. There's a gym, this World Gym, Lake Forest.
Lake Forest, yeah. Dennis Newman used to train there.
I'm so thankful that he got me to move there because, that kind of established my life. Like I said, I rented a place for 6 months, only 6-month rental. And then we bought a condo. And we went to redid that condo. It was crazy. It was so nice. And, I trained at Lake Forest, and I moved over to Crunch.
Yeah.
Which is now LA Fitness off the 5. And, I was driving up, shooting with Robert Reef a lot. I shot with him. He had a studio right on Glencoe. And we would do like a lot of kitchen stuff. We did some beach stuff. Back then you shot with the girls. Like that was the whole thing about bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Like they did this persona like, oh, we get the girls.
Yeah,
and
the hot fitness girl.
So, it's kind of cool because I was doing that. I shot a lot at a gym on Glencoe too. What was the name of that gym? It was Angel Fitness or something.
Yes, right off the 90 freeway. Yeah.
That was a really good gym too. And I remember Will Harris used to train there. He didn't like Gold's Gym, so I remember him mentioning. I remember shooting a big photo shoot before the 2000 Night of Champions that I won, and I shot with Paul Dillette and Chris Cormier, and
oh wow,
because they were all Weider athletes, right? And we did a photo shoot together. I remember looking at Paul and like, damn, this is the guy I got to beat at the show coming up, and I won that show, which was pretty amazing. He was my neighbor,
Yep.
Paul Dillette was my neighbor, and in Orange County, he stayed down there too. Because he liked to stay out of it, but he drove to Venice every day. See, I never drove to Venice. I didn't go up there and train that often. I just didn't like a lot of the riffraff stuff, you know? I like to kind of train in private. So I've always kind of been a private guy, and not until I won the Olympia did I start going back to Gold's Venice a lot.
Yeah. And
And we mostly did it to shoot. We shot J to Z.
that was great.
We did a lot of late nights at Gold's and
Undisputed. We found some there with Jason.
so
That was a good one.
and you were at the store, so I think it gave me a reason too. I don't know if I hung out at the store that much though. Did I?
You did. You would always
I came
make a
by,
stop
but-
and
I don't know.
Eat
We
your
would eat
food.
next door, right?
Yeah, you would get your food, and it was easy with Fresh to Go.
What was the best restaurant you think next to the store? Was it Fresh to Go?
Well, it was easy. It was cheap. You know, you could eat it fresh to go all day for cheap. You know, and I mean, we'd like Firehouse too, but it was more expensive, and it was more of a sit-down place. Fresh to go, you could just get your food to go. They would actually bring us the food to the store, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because they were next door. Scotty would actually go in the kitchen to cook for himself. That was funny.
Yeah. When I was dating Monique, she used to love sauce.
Ah, yeah,
sauce.
that's
what was the next.
once Fresh to Go lost their lease.
Yeah.
They moved in next door, and then they took over my store
Yeah, that's
once we
right.
moved out. Yeah, it's
And
something else now.
What is your store now?
It's something else. So some restaurant sauce is no longer there. I think some Mexican restaurant bought it, and they took over. You know, our side.
Yeah.
Also, everything's changed. It's kind of a bummer. You know, everything's different. But Rose is still there. Rose Cafe is still there.
Yeah, I talked to my realtor. I actually got a bunch of listings on Glencoe yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the real estate, but he said Venice has a lot of great deals right now.
I'm sure.
But he told me they're starting to, I think I mentioned in a text to you that they're pushing a lot of homeless to the VA and to someplace else. They're kind of, since they got kicked off the beach, they all migrated inland, and that's why they had the influx, right?
Yeah.
So I think they kind of moved them, or they're slowly moving them, because they know it's a problem, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm sure there's more and more homeless. I mean, this year's going to be dangerous. I mean, 21 is going to be, a lot of people are going to run into some financial stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people lost their place and their work. Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So I think that's how, and then I ended up in Las Vegas, and I'm really glad that you've kind of adapted well.
I love it here.
So I just hope the weather doesn't scare you when it gets, fortunately you came and you were filming all year, last couple of years,
Yeah.
and trying to get, stuff even during the cold weather. I know I don't do as much jaywalking. I was mentioning, I don't even do as much cardio right now.
Yeah.
Because I train 7 days a week. So I've kind of reversed everything and gone against the grain. And instead of, adding the cardio, I just stay with the weights.
Yeah.
I did legs yesterday. My legs are a little sore today.
I think the local gyms are glad that we're here, like meaning JayTV. Like,
well, the good thing is we're shooting a lot of local. And,
yeah.
I know some of these people don't have the heavy traction because they're not world renowned yet.
Not yet.
And I wish we could fly around. My ideal, bro, is I would love to shoot like the Olympia, like when things aren't in a pandemic.
Yeah.
I would love to shoot the Olympia segment. Meaning,
so we could not recreate like what Myth used to do, the battle for the Olympia kind of.
Yeah, someone has the rights battle for the Olympia.
We wouldn't call it that, but that would be the idea, right?
But it would be really great, for a month before the show.
Yeah.
To
go all over, shoot these people, feature them as they're training for the show. Yeah.
And that would include men's physique classic.
Yeah.
Women's bikini, because we've been getting a mix of a lot of people, and people. I know, some people commented about, hey, bikini. That
one comment, yeah.
We're shooting all types of people. We're not going to just
discriminate.
Do bodybuilding, because there's a lot of interest out there. There are a lot of ladies that watch the show, and guys, if you don't mind, if you mind watching bikini chicks, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the wives don't like it, but
a lot of wives are watching that. Actually, they like it.
People always encourage me to put Angie on the show, and I would consider her kind of a bikini competitor.
Yeah, I think they just like to see the relationship.
But it's just content, and
it's good.
It's just pretty cool to continue to do this, and have this platform, and I think I had just so much positive reviews on it. Keeps you working quite a bit, though.
Yeah, I like it. I'm surprised. I'm always surprised when people actually tell me they watch the show, because I never assume anything. And when Ashley told me, I was wondering what it'd be getting on, and I'm like, really?
I think she saw Jennifer and
everybody
Janet,
else. Yeah.
All these people that are on. Issa, and she's like, okay, well, when am I going to get my turn?
I told her you've been wanting to have her on for a long time. We just never connected. So this is all you.
Well, the truth is that she has been competing so much.
Yeah.
in the last 2 months that, you know, it's kind of tough. I don't want to always bother people why they're training as much.
Yeah.
You know, but we had to get her before the Olympia.
Yeah.
That's kind of her crown, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have a few more people that are doing the USA, of course, because the USA is coming up. So we're gonna have to try to feature as many as we can. And of course, the Olympia. And I mean, obviously, there's more people want to have on, but when there's shows coming up, we try to prioritize those people because you know it's timely. So
yeah, it's crazy when you know, going back too, like we knew the magazines, we knew who the front runners were for the USA.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember Edgar Fletcher? And
Oh yeah.
When Mike Francois was coming up, Paul DeMeo. You know, even Craig Titus and, you know, Jason Arns.
Oh yeah. There was so many good people.
You know, he kind of came up at the same time as me. Jason's a good guy.
Yeah. New Jersey, New York,
Matt Duvall.
Matt Duvall, he passed.
Yeah. But a lot of those, you know, I came up at the same time as Dexter Jackson. So for him to be doing his last Olympia.
Well, like I don't know if it's going to be his last.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Dexter's just got a hard time. He looks great still. Why should he stop? We'll see.
Yeah, I wonder how his preparation. What have you heard about anyone preparing in California?
I haven't heard nothing. I heard from Brad. I kind of told him, we talked about him during the last training session, so he was excited, you know. Yeah,
I know Big Rami's with Dennis James now in
Arizona. He's in the States, I
heard he looks really good.
Yeah, good.
You know, the guy that we've been kind of missing is William Bonnick.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
He's going to be one of those guys where I think he's been forgotten in a lot of this talk.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of in between the Chupin and Brandon Curry, and now with the Phil Heath story coming.
Yeah.
But he's kind of my front runner.
Yeah.
I still think he's going to finish. He's going to finish second or third. You know.
Yeah. I like William.
I think he could. I think he could beat Brandon if he's on the money and Brandon's not 100%.
It's a toss-up between those two, you know, between the Arnold, the Olympia.
They kind of battled a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Brandon might be a little too overwhelming for him now.
He looks great this year.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he brings.
It's tough because when you do predictions, or you know, my opinion kind of carries some weight, right? Because I've been there.
Yeah.
But it's really hard because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's why I always hate predictions.
I know. People take it personally.
I think it's best to say, hey, this is the guy's strong points. This is the weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know, because we know condition can make a huge swing, right?
Right.
I've won and lost. And people are always predicting whether I was going to win or lose. So it should be exciting.
Yeah.
And we'll be there to cover it, which will be pretty awesome, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Great. You know, we thought maybe this year we were going to miss it.
Yeah.
We'll have some great coverage for the JayTV. Might not sleep that much that weekend.
That's okay. So I think the first thing we'll do, guys, once we get there is the meet the Olympians, you know, and I think I'm going to have Brian work on the thumbnail right away. So as soon as I filmed it, I'll put it like right that night up. That's my goal, you know, Thursday night. But we'll try to film as much as the trip as we can, and then put it up as quickly as possible for you guys.
Yeah, I think it'll be good because we're flying together too, so we can get some segment.
That's right.
Hey, this is how we're flying.
I'll just film the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, leaving Vegas and the trip, but that'll be good. So Brendan will go up quickly because I'm filming him Thursday morning. I'll try to put it up the same day. Then we'll film the meet the Olympians, and I'll try to put that up like that very night. And we'll just keep rolling.
Yeah.
It'll be good. All right. Good jaywalking. Yes. Subscribe, please, guys.
Subscribe, share, comment,
and share
this
and like
jaywalking.
Awesome.